Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is tell you how to walk you through the process of using the library database. We're going to start here on my path, and then we're going to scroll down. Yours may look a little bit different than mine because I have the professor interface, so you may have more or less tiles, things like that. Regardless, we're going to scroll down and it'll have take me to after the titles. And we're going to look through here until we see library. It's going to have the little icon that looks like a head in a book, someone reading a book. Once we click on the library, it's going to pull up all of the libraries that we have access to in the KCTCS system. I know some of you, because this is for online, some of you may have a different home college, but I believe it'll take you to roughly the same databases. And because you're enrolled in this class, which is through JCTC, you can also just use the Jefferson database. So that's where we're going to go. Once we click on Jefferson, it's going to pull up just our learning commons and it'll go through a lot of these things. The first thing that'll pop up is ask a librarian. I will tell you that this may come in handy if you're looking for a book. I know that I've had librarians find me like a comic book, for example, that I needed that was out of print that they had at a tiny library in Winchester, Kentucky, and they were able to get it for me through interlibrary loans. So if you're having trouble finding sources, this Ask a Librarian thing would be helpful. They have a live chat. If you click on it, you can chat with them now. There's also, if you go to this Ask a Librarian tab, it will take you to a way to email them or call them during hours, and it'll have the schedules they're open. It'll have learning guides, which you may find useful, which are just guides on different things. The keyword search assignment, for example, that we went through, that's one place that you may find it. That found it from that learning guide. There's A to Z databases if you want to search for specific databases, but what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way down where it says more information and search. And then this is going to go through all of these sources that are possible. And I'm going to plug in some search terms. So let's see, I'm going to look up for Steven Universe and representation. And I'm going to click go. That's going to pull up results from everywhere. Then I'm going to sign in before I click on anything. And that's because by hitting sign in, I can then save any sources. So if you look up here, you can see this tab where I have this push pin at the top that has any sources that I've saved. So let's say but this is going to pull up any type of source on Steven Universe and representation. What I'm going to look for are peer-reviewed journals, which is only going to pull up anything that's peer-reviewed. And I'm going to look up available online because that means I don't physically have to go to the library to get those. If I don't put available online, then it may pull up things that we just have the abstract to, or something like a book that I have to go to the library for. But for our purposes today, I'm going to say that I don't have time to go to the library. I'm going to apply my filters, and it's going to pull up any of these available online scholarly sources. Now, some of these don't look like they're going to be very helpful. So I may have to look for something else. And maybe this is a search term that's only going to be useful in non-scholarly sources. So let's look up animation and representation. So sometimes you have to broaden your search. And then I'm going to go through the same thing, peer-reviewed, available online. And that's going to pull up, that's still a lot more sources than what I want. And let's say I want to look at children. I wanted to just look for animation that's only for kids, cartoons. So I'm going to do the same things. So sometimes it's just a matter of playing around with it. And then Let's say this source looks interesting. Something else you may find useful if you get a lot of sources is you can also go down to availability, which is one that we would have. You can also look up language and make sure any sources you find are going to be in your preferred language. You can preface the date you want if you only want recent sources, anything like that. When you click on a source, it's going to pull you to this whole list of information. This is just kind of like the summary page. You can go down to, and it may say details, part of the description, or it may say abstract. And I'm going to read this to see if this is anything that's going to relate to my source. If it is, let's say I read this abstract and it sounds great. I'm going to click on this link. Wait for it to load. And then I'm going to click PDF. And that's going to take me to the full article. Then I can download it, I can save it, anything like that. Let's say I read the source and I know I'm going to use it. Some other things you may find useful, you can click citation. And it's going to give you exactly the citation you're going to want to use on a works cited page or in your annotated abstract for, annotated bibliography for 102. It's got MLA if you're in 101, APA if you're in 102. You can just click it and put it there. The other thing, this is one that I want to refer to, I can hit add this item and that's going to save it. So if I'm in any searches, I can go up to this push pin up at the top. I can click on that and any of the things that I have saved are going to show up here. So it's an easy way to get back to that. So I know this is a pretty quick video. I just wanted to go through how to find sources, how to make sure they're scholarly. Remember, you want to make sure that you're clicked on peer reviewed and available online to make sure you can access them. And as long as you hit that peer reviewed journals, it's going to come up with only scholarly sources. If you have any questions, of course, there's that Ask a Librarian tab. You can reach out to me, anything like that. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, happy searching and happy writing. And I look forward to reading more from you all very soon.